I didn't do the college thing. I did 2 years of community, which was basically just me blowing glass for 2 years.
Okay,
So
that's cool.
I blew glass for 2 years, and that was amazing. But I didn't do the traditional college experience. I don't regret it at all. At all. I went right into the workforce, and when I turned 21, 22, it was just like I went from high school to the right into work, did 2 years of community, and then into a career and party. So it was like I had, you know what I mean? So it was fun. It was cool. I don't regret missing those 4 years. That's supposed to be the best time of your life. I never understood that concept.
Yeah.
I get it's supposed to be. I get what it's supposed to be or what it's made out to be.
I've always wondered. I honestly wondered because I went to a private college that didn't have dorms. There was no there was no one living on campus. They do now.
Oh, wow.
They built it after I graduated. But so the first year I lived at my parents' house and I just drove to Tempe, and then after a year or so, I was a server, so I was making good money for a kid. Like I was $100 to $150 a night, 4 or 5 nights a week. I was making really good money for not having any bills. So then I started saving. And I was like, okay, I can afford an apartment. I can get a roommate, And so I ended up moving down to Ahwatukee, and living down there, which is only like a less than 10-minute drive to school. And so I moved out and started doing that kind of like adult life down by college, right? But like same thing, it didn't have the sororities and the frat houses, and there's no campus. Like the campus wasn't like ASU where it's like there's a shit everywhere and things to do.
Yeah.
It was very much, and because it was a tech school, it was very nerdy. Like, people get together to play Magic the Gathering, or there was like the 4 computers for the LAN party that, anyone could use. So people would gather around because people were playing Counter-Strike together and stuff, So yeah, same thing. Like I always thought about that. Like, what if I would have gone to like say ASU or, a traditional college and did because I didn't want to go to college. When I was in high school, I was like, I don't want to go to school. I'm done. Right. I'm going to get certified in something, get some kind of certificate in computers, and just all figured it out, work. And then like right before I graduated high school, we went on this field trip to this school, and this guy showed me how to make a 3D model of a garden hose shooting water at a wall and it bouncing off the wall all in 3D. And I was like, I want to do that. Can I do that here? You teach me how to do that? I can get a job doing that? Like, fucking sign me up. And so I went back home and I was like, Mom, get that thing. I think I was signed up for DeVry. I was going to go to DeVry and like learn some kind of like tech trade. I was like, I want to go to this place. Take that, sign that, send it back to DeVry, get our money back. And we're going to go here and like get a tour. And of course, my mom and dad are like, college? Oh shit.
Yeah.
Not part of the plan.
I know, dude. I was already through high school, ready to go to the same university that my girlfriend did at the time. And last minute, man, I just pulled the plug, and that was it. You all right?
Yeah, no, this light's tripping me out. I'm like, where's that red light coming from? There's a red light, and I'm like, is it my monitor? What is that? Sorry, it's totally tripping me out.
No, I pulled the plug on it last minute. I decided, I withdrew. I literally had no interest in education beyond I shouldn't say education. I should say like academia, the traditional sense of education, continuing school as I knew it through high school. I had no desire to continue forward after high school, and I knew for a fact, because I'm one of 4, and college is very much, we support you, but it's on you. It's just the way it is. You know what I mean? To be able to afford college for one kid, let alone 4 today, is it's astronomical.
Well, that was the thing too. Is it was a private school, so it was way more expensive than like ASU and like traditional colleges. And my parents were coming off of a bankruptcy. My dad unfortunately lost a business, And so like back then, I don't know how it is today, but like back then, like you couldn't get shit for credit, right? Like we couldn't buy a house. Like we rented a lot. We moved a lot when I was a kid for that reason. So when it came to like even like student loans, it was like they couldn't qualify for shit. So I got student loans, but it wasn't enough to cover the tuition. So we were still getting a bill. The first like year and a half, we were still getting a bill. Like, you still owe this. Your student loans didn't cover it. And so my mom and dad were like, okay, well, we'll make that payment. Like, you know, I was accruing the student debt, but they would pay whatever that payment was. And eventually the student loans they go up. You get more money the longer you go into school. And then it was getting covered. And then I was getting like not a refund, but like an overage. Like, you have extra money. And I was like, okay, cool. That's, you know, books or whatever. And then I was like, I'm going to pay 1 month's rent with this. You know, like, it was one of those things, which is, I guess, what people a lot do in traditional college, like room and board and stuff. Right.
Right.
And so, it was one of those things where, like, at the end of the whole, I got my degree and everything. I think I had 60,000, 55,000, something like that. And my parents eventually,
man, not bad.
Well, yeah. Well, but we paid cash for multiple semesters. And then my parents eventually could qualify for student loans, and they picked up like a small loan. I think at the end I had about 60, and my dad had about 15. Like at the end of it all. So I mean, it was back then. This is almost 20 years ago. $75,000 for a degree.
A lot.
Yeah,
a lot.
But it's always been kind of a running joke though, because of what I do now with YouTube and everything. It's like, I technically have used my degree. Like I'm editing and I'm using film and stuff. So it's like,
you're one of the few, I guess.
Yeah. It looks good on the wall.